Welcome back to the Teaching and Learning. This is Abdul Ghafoor. I hope you are doing well. So today, guys, social studies, as I have mentioned in my previous videos, that I will be uploading some lessons, back-to-back lessons for the teachers who have exams for their specializations. So the first video was about the history 1.1, and today I'm going to add another video which is about the sample questions. So in this video, I'm going to share tips and techniques how to answer the social studies questions and how to trace the information, what are the useful and keywords that you have to be careful in the question and answer, and how to interpret the primary sources. I'm also adding some primary sources that as a sample that you have to go through it, and other activities you have to check out. If you are the history student, I'm sure you will understand easily, and what I'm going to talk about, that you have to grab the ideas and go through it. Okay, so in this video I'm going to discuss a few sample questions, their background information, the keywords, and the mistakes which examiner have done in this one, and how to find the correct answer easily, and why this is the correct answer. I'll be giving you the links in the description form, so you have to check this out. If you have any questions regarding that and any comment, so please drop the comment box. If you are new to the Pedagogy TLS, please press the subscription button. If you want more videos like that, press the bell icon button that you can get notified. Okay, so let's see. I'm going to share the screen. Here it is. This is the one. So let me check this out. Just wait, guys, because yes, here it's a sample question, social studies specialization. So first, what I'm going to do, I'm giving you some pictures, because the first two questions into the sample test is about to interpret the images. As a prehistoric, or if you know the ages, Paleolithic, Mesolithic, Neolithic, these are the stone ages or the phases of the stone ages in which certain development or changes took place. Now, what were the changes place? It was a changes place or the improvement or the development in the human activity and the development of the like a kind of the society or the community, or the development in the characteristics or in the features of the human body and their activities or daily activities of this one. So some are the activities they have done, I'm going to share. Okay, so this image has been taken from the Iron Age, in which they are preparing the tools. So we can consider as an economic activities, for the selling or buying the tools, okay, for the hunting purpose. Okay, so this was the improvement after the Stone Age. They developed the weapons and tools from the iron. So this is one image. So like this image, you have to be careful and check and read careful that what is examined, the intention, and what they want to ask to you during the exam. So you have to be fully prepared about like these images, that what they are interpreting or what information they are possessing. The ancient Egypt agriculture, so you can see that the dress or the apparently or the semblance of the humans and the activities, which is clearly predicting that these are the this is the agriculture activity. Second, this is the Stone Age, or you can say the slavery, when these slaves, okay, from the Africans, okay, African slaves They were sold through auction systems. Okay, so this image is indicating that it belongs to the Stone Age and the slavery. This is the image, which is the prehistoric women were hunted. So even you can see the shape of the body of this. It looks that these are the human, and human, especially the women. And these are the wall painting during the prehistoric term. So this already, the first picture of the first question in the sample paper is about the like a same image they have been given. So we'll be going to talk about this one. Okay. So these were the some questions, some images. I'll be adding some more terms which you must read and check this, and they can talk about this one. So as a definition, you can remember, but I'll be giving you the picture of that one that will help you to interpret easily, okay, from the ancient civilization and from the other historical period of that one. So let's talk about the first question, and the first question is about the caveman wall painting, which I have explained to you about the women as a hunter. But tell me, let me clear about the two things about prehistoric term and historic term. Prehistoric, which means no written record, and however history or historic, it means the written record. So you have to be very careful when you see like these type of the keywords. You have to be very careful that what an examiner is talking about. Okay, so the keywords again are very important, and almost 50% of your solution of your question is in the keywords. Okay, so this is the first question I have taken from the sample question paper from your study guide. So let's talk about, and I'll be telling you what you have to focus on it and what not. So the first is the figure, which is given. Okay, this figure, figure 1. The artifact in figure 1 could most reasonably be interpreted as. Now this figure has been taken from the Caveman wall painting, and they are showing activity of that a man is hunting the animals. This is the one of the thing. Okay. The second thing, if you are the history students, once we mentioned about the cavemen, that means they were non-civilized people. Okay, they were their activities like humans. Okay, so we cannot say they were civilized. Okay, we cannot say they were their body proportion was like fully like a human. Okay, so there's a big difference between the prehistoric and the historic term of this one. So the examiner gave the 4 options about that, and let's talk about and compare these 4 options with the picture. Okay, so first is the illustrating the most common sport of a prehistoric society. Now I said the prehistoric society means no written record. If you see this picture, this painting is an art, and art and literature, these were the part of the a developed society or cultural society. Okay, so one thing is very clear, that option 1 has a prehistoric society. It's not a prehistoric society. They have this written record. This is the one point, that first option why it's incorrect. Second thing, that the sport, and that this is not a sport, because they are hunting, and hunting is for the need when they are the hungry, or when the human body they need something. So why we hunt something when because we have to fill the need of that one. However, the sports can be converted into the desire. Okay, that's okay. So this is not a sport, one thing. So this question, the first option is relevant to this one. So that's why I say usually say that please check the keywords. Okay. Second thing, depicting an important economic activity for prehistoric society. Now, as I have mentioned, again, these two, this another option, economic activities. I have shared with you some picture in the first image that how can be economic activity. Economic activity can be for buying and selling, okay, or they can show the marketplace, okay, or they can show the harvesting, they can show the cultivation, they can say that the fishing they are selling, they can we can check that the exchange of the goods and services. So again, in the prehistoric term, economic is term which is used for a particular place for or market where a buyer and seller can come into the contact, okay, and this will be only for the developed or communities and the societies. While in the prehistoric, the people or the human, they were not living in a community. They don't have the concept of the building. They were not culturalized, okay. They were a caveman and they were living like a hunter. They were living like animals, okay. So the economic activities is the element of the developed society, or we can say for the cultural society. So these two options are completely wrong. Now, the last two, they are related, okay, with the animals, okay. But we have to choose now from these two, which is the correct one, okay. Demonstrating how animals were domesticated to benefit human in the society. Now, in this question, they were used the domesticated. They are talking about the animals. It's relevant to that picture, but domesticated, these are not domesticated animals. Now, again, we use, because this picture is showing the prehistoric or cavemen the painting, okay, then the concept of the domesticated, when they don't have the house, they were living like animal, the word domesticated is not suitable for this activity, okay. But because of the animals activity, that's why this option can be a closer than the last one, which is a correct answer for this one. But in your test paper, they have in your correct question, in an answer sheet, they have given this answer, B, depicting an important economic activity for a prehistoric term. So the first option is incorrect. Okay. So the given answer in your study guide, which is incorrect. Okay, so you can check this out and be careful for that. Okay. The correct answer for this question is D, which is exemplifying ancient gravity of a society with a member who had a time to express themselves by creating a cave art. So this is a cave art, okay, and this was, about them, the members who had a time to expressing. So they were these cavemen. They were living on it, and they were writing, okay, or creating the cave art, okay, these things, okay. So that's why the option for the first is the cave art. It's not about an economic activity, so be careful for that. Okay. We'll move to the next question. These two pictures, these are the knives, okay, obsidian knife and a flint knife. These knives were used during the Stone Age, and these are the different, okay, the knives, okay, but they were used from the black stone. The right one, which is the obsidian knife, which is the sharpest on knife. Okay, so I'll give you the first information about that, and then we'll talk about the another question. So information about the flint knife and obsidian, both are the flint. Flint knife was used during Stone Age, of course. Flint was used in the manufacture of tools and weapons during the Stone Age. So these the sharp tools was used to prepare another weapons and tools, okay, like cutting woods and bones, okay, like for hunting purpose as well as, and it's split readily into the thin sharp splinter called flex or blades, depending on the shape. When struck by another hard object such as a hammerstone made of another material, this process is referred to as a napping. Napping is the shaping of flint, charred obsidian, and similar types of the stone through the process of the lithic reduction, stone reduction. Obsidian knife was used during the Stone Age. Sharpest made up from the dark stone. It's naturally occurring igneous rock or glass or raw lava run coal very quickly and turn into glass. Obsidian blades were often found with the remain of a Homo erectus. Now, Homo erectus is actually when the human, they started to develop or their body proportions become like human. They like their structure, their standing, their shape, face, and they were look like a bit civilized, not animals. Okay, so early humans to have a possess modern human like a body proportions. Okay, this is called Homo erectus, and it's believed that these technology developed nearly 1.7 million years ago. So let's talk about the question. This is information about these two knives. Now the question is that which statement is the most accurate? Now first one about these are we are talking about the flint knives. Okay, flint tools were rarely. Now the word rarely, which is not suitable for that, because during Stone Age, these were the only tools used for the hunting and these purpose, right? By the Stone Ages. So one is another thing. Societies, because flint is a hard to find and difficult to work it. It was not hard to find because they were very useful, and these were the only tools were used for these hunters. So it was easy for them because they were living in a jungle and they were living in the mountainous area, and for them it was not hard to find the difficult for to prepare these tools. Okay, so this one is very wrong. Okay, however, obsidian was most commonly used to make a decorative questions. Now here, which is doesn't make sense, a decorative questions, because it was beautiful but couldn't hold a sharp edge. So as I have given you the information that the obsidian is the sharpest knife, okay, in the world. I'm giving you the link of that one. You can check more information and read more information about that. Okay. So these two keywords which are not supporting the obsidian now. The third one, which is find obsidian tools in the remains of ancient village. Now this is the word which you have to find the answer. Ancient of remain village, which I have mentioned that Homo erectus of the people who were living in a community or in the society, and they were modern humans like that. Okay, and they found in these societies could indicate trade because of its rarity. Okay, so these obsidians, okay, they were rare because at that time they were living in the societies, and they developed from hunters to modern human likes. Okay, so they were they could found over there these tools. Okay, so this is the correct answer for question number 2. Why D is a correct and correct? Okay, the word Neolithic, because as you know that three stone ages: Paleolithic, Old Stone Age; Mesolithic, Middle Stone Age; and Neolithic, New Stone Age. Okay, so this is not the New Stone Age. Okay, we are talking about, because since day one or from the Paleolithic, Old Stone Age, they were using. Okay, and since they developed, and when the modern human developed, okay, it became a rarity. Okay, it became a rarity. Okay, because of the development of the society. Most societies had stopped using flint and obsidians to make tool, because during the Neolithic time period, okay, they were using also these tools. Okay, they never stopped. Okay, it is true that they invented a new tools from the wood, from bone, and from a stone as well as, but they didn't stop using the flint. Okay, so if you want to check the Neolithic Stone Age, that will help you a lot. So this is for question 2. The answer C is correct, and which is given by the nurse. So I have given you the 2 answers for these 2 questions. Okay, and why these are the correct. I have given you the information. What are the keywords in these 2 questions and answers? You have to focus on it. And I have given you the images that you have to find. And I'll be giving you more images and keywords and the common words which have been used in the ancient history, in civilization, and the world history that you must focus on it, which itself they are a lot, like a hieroglyphics, cuneiform, pictograph. Okay, like these words that you have to go through. You have to check the images of these things. They can ask you to interpret these images as they have asked you in the study guide. Okay, thank you so much. Okay, for the sample, for the resources, I'm going to put some links in the descriptions. You have to check the information which I have discussed with you in this video. So take care for the next video. Till the next video, we'll be meeting with the new questions and new information and the new topic. Okay, so stay connected with me and keep supporting, keep subscribing the channel. This is a one request to you. Please watch the video. Don't skip it. Okay, watch the full video. If you have any question, you can drop the question in the comment box. Okay, share this video and refer these videos to your friends. Okay, and subscribe this channel. Thank you so much. We'll be meeting in the next lesson.